Hello guys, welcome back. And today we'll be looking at interactive content and web development. So an interactive content we have event listeners, DOM event, and some form submission. We handled DOM last time, so I'm sure I already have an idea what DOM is already. So let's dive right in. So what are event listeners? Let's start with interactive content. So we know JavaScript is a versatile programming language that allows us to add interactivity to our website. So when you click on things and you go to another page, or you click on things or you see a message displayed, that's interactivity. So that's one of the advantages of JavaScript. It makes the web page more interactive and engaging for users. Like I said before, responding to user action, clicks, drag, input, and more. So, what are the core concepts of interactivity in JavaScript? We have listening for user events, such as clicks or key presses when you press a key on your keyboard. We have manipulating the DOM, the document object model. We have updating content dynamically without reloading the page. So we have different ways of embedding interactivity, but we have ways to specify events with HTML. These are called inline event handlers because look at this now. If you remember from our last session, we created a button and we added a JavaScript file where we undo the on click. But here now, if you're looking at this button, we're adding it inside the JavaScript file itself. So let's see now. So I'm going to go to my index.html. Oh, sorry. This is so I'm going to add. So let's add the button here now. So go to my live server and check it out. Can you see? So this is an inline embedment. So we also have the ones where we add the JavaScript, like we did the last time. If you remember, there was a button and there was a script. So this was the script for, okay, this one is hello campus. I don't need to do this again because I already, okay, fine, let's just get it. So I have the button of greet button. So I'll just link, let me just add all this link down so I don't have to start linking up again later on. Then let me add my script now. So we have, so now in my index.js, I have to add this so now I first fetched the button using document.getLM by the grid button. Then I added, so if I click on this button to say hello campus, so let's go here and check it out, guys. Should not say hello from HTML, we should say hello campus. Yeah. So hello campus, can you see now? So this is embedment. Now we have event handlers. We have different event handlers. So we have the unload event handler, and it fires when the entire page, including images, style sheet, and subframe has finished loading. And it is also very great for initializing scripts or animation and after everything is ready. So, for example, now you have a body the body. So we can add the onload function in each page. And this in each page function, you define it inside your what? Your JavaScript. Then we add an event listener called load. So when the page is fully loaded, this will come up. Let's see an example of this now. So now I need to add this h1. Let me just add h1, then we'll add it ourselves. Now inside this body now I have to add onload, right? Onload should be what? Init page. That's our function. We need to pass this function init page inside. So let's go back here and see. Can you see page fully loaded via what? JavaScript. So this is what we told it to tell us when we load the page. Can you see, guys? So first we had a function that told us the page, and we had an event listener that listened for when the page load by itself. So that's why I added page fully loaded first, then page fully loaded by JavaScript via JavaScript. So this is an example of an onload event handler. We also have the mouse event handlers. So the mouse event let us respond to user calls like clicking, hovering, dragging. Let's assume there was a button and I clicked, or I'm hovering over this now. A mouse event would detect this hovering or me clicking on it. So it will respond, and that response is based on whatever you describe inside your function or your event handlers. So we have the click event. This one happens when we click on an element. We have the double click when we double click on an element. We have the mouse down when you click your mouse down, mouse up. We have the mouse over, that's like just like this. Then we have the mouse out when the mouse is on it and it leaves. We have the mouse move when you're moving on an element, and we have the context menu. When we right click, it opens the context menu. So let's have an example now. So I have a div, and this has an inline. I don't want to do this inline, so I'm going to edit this out. I don't want inline styles. I think you guys are big boys and girls now. You don't need the inline styles anymore. You've been taught styling. So div id equals, so this style now I'm going to clean it all up now. So in my styles.css, I'm going to add how do we use the ID again? Is it the dot or the hash? The box. So I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to say width is 100 pixel, height is 100 pixel, background is light blue. Let me see if this will work. If it is not dots, then it is. Oh, we still have this function here, guys. Sorry. So first, now let's add our but it's supposed to be giving me this box already with an height based on that. Since it is, I think the dot is for so that means the ID is the hash exactly. Oof. So let me explain why this is working this way now. So we have the box is document dot get element by ID of the box, which is getting the box. So we're now adding event listeners. So we're now telling it mouse over. If I mouse over, it should change the style and the background to orange. If I mouse out, it should change to light blue. That's if I move out. If I mouse up, if I move up, it should change to orange. And if I move down, light blue. So let's check this out now. I want to see. Now, look at this now. If I mouse up, if I mouse down, and if I mouse out. So if I mouse, can you see? Can you see? Now let's change this to red so that you see the changes very well. So can you see? Can you see? Mouse down because I'm moving down. So that's more like it. We also have another one already right here. So let's see this one now. I have a div element of so I have button 1, button 2, and button 3. Now I'm telling it that what get element by ID, so button container. So it's going to now we're having this. So anyone I click on, it will show me. If I click on one, it will show me one. If I click on two, it will show me two. If I click on three, it will show me three. So can you see now we have 1, 2, 3. So if I click on one now, you clicked one. Can you see that? If I click on two, you click two. So that's just one of the examples of what event handlers can do. So now we're doing this class exercise now of what getting interactive content. So let's copy our code. See what this is gonna do for us. So we have an header of interactive what color dashboard. So I have my color box, color red, green, blue, and I really do not want to do this here. So let me see. Okay, perfect. I have my styling. We're not doing this. So let's go back here, guys. So I'm going to be explaining this code one by one. So don't be scared. I'll walk you through it. So now let's go back and check. I have the different colors. Now let's go to index to. So I have the body, and I'm telling you the text is sans serif and the padding is 20 pixels. So I'm adding spaces all around, left, right, top, and bottom, 20 pixels. Now I have the color box, the dot color box. So each div element of this is going to have effect on each one of the one that have color box. So now that color box I was right is class that has a dot. Sorry, I've been using Tailwind for a while now, so I kind of forgot the syntax for vanilla CSS. So I have the width and the height. So 100 pixels. So it's going to form a shape of a box of 100 pixel by 100 pixel. Now I have a margin of 10 pixel. So this margin, because I'm not stating left or right, is applying to all sides. Now I have it on inline block. That means it should be on a straight line, like it should be on the same line. if it was a block element, then it's going to be one layer after, but inline block means on one line. Then the font weight should be bold. The color is white. That's our text color is white. Text aligned center. The text should be aligned. That means I'm guessing this red is white and it should be centralized inside our box. It finds itself inside. Now we have the text line height. That's the text line height is 100 pixel, and the cursor, that means whenever we click on the box, it should change to cursor and it should be pointer. Then I have a border radius, so it's going to form a curved this thing at the edges is going to be curved at the edges. So now I'm not telling that for the color box, you should look at the color box, which is we have already. But inside that color box, data color equals red. So it's going to look for the one that have data color, which is the red. It's not going to show us what this background color. So that the background color, the inside of that box that is written here that has red, white, the background will be red. For the green, it's going to be green. For the blue, it's going to be blue. And for the so this is what we have here. Then I have the output, the hashtag output, Arial Life Polite. It's supposed to font size of 1.2 em, and so now let's go to our index.ejs. So now, sorry, JS, not EJS. That's for Node. You have the output, get element by ID, you already know, and grid, we are getting it by grid. So now we're telling that it should tell us that the output, so we are adding inside here, we didn't put anything here now, but with this now we're adding something, text content. So it's going to put welcome, you click the color box to begin inside this inside this paragraph here, right? And after doing that, we are not telling grid.add event listener. When we click now we're adding interactive functionality here. So whenever we click on whatever the box that we've done with CSS, it's going to look at the event dot class list dot what contains color box. If the color is equal to the event dot target, so that means whatever color that the red color now, if the background is red, that's what we are telling it now. It should state that what output.context should click that color, whatever color is at the background. Then events.target.style.border is 3 pixels solid. Then it should apply a border of black solid, 3 pixels solid. You're going to see the black pixel solid showing. This then we also had a mouse over events now. If we are mousing over, that's if we are clicking, if we are touching the box now, we should tell it, if it's touching the color box, then it's going to do the opacity to 0.7. So that's just to add like a bit of I think it's going to dim a bit. Then the mask out is what opacity is equal to 1. I think it's going to be brighter. So let's go and check out our functionality now. Can you see this, guys? Welcome, click a a color box to begin. So can you see this now? Can you see that opacity? Can you see that opacity? Can you see this opacity? Can you see the border that I told you is going to apply? And this is our functionality you clicked. If I click blue now, it's going to tell us blue and it's applying that border. Orange, red. So this is what it does. So now let's go to DOM event flow with interactive content listeners, guys. So in the DOM event follows a specific flow when triggered. And this flow is divided into 3 phases. That's the capturing phase, the target phase, and the bubbling phase. So when dealing with interactive content like buttons, input, or drop down, understanding this flow is crucial for managing event listeners effectively. So the capturing phase. So the event starts at the root of the DOM and travels down to the target element. So let's assume we have something like this now. This is the outer, this is the inner. It will travel from the root. I'm coming. Let's see how this will travel. Just gonna put this here first and then we'll edit. So doesn't belong here. So we have a button called click me. We have the inner, we have the outer div element, right? So now we're telling you that if we get element by outer, add events are click, it's going to tell us outer div elements clicked bubbling. Then if it's inner, it's tell us the inner element was clicked. Then if we are getting the button click dot add div, so we are now getting, look at this, we are adding this element to this div element. So if we are clicking on this, it's going to check which one we clicked on. Okay, let's do this so that you understand better what I'm saying. Click me now. Inner div element click, outer div element clicked. So it started from the inner element, which is the root element that is connected, as you can see. Then you now went to the what outer element. So that's what it's trying to show us here. Inner element clicked, outer element clicked. So that's what they are trying to explain to you by root. So we now also have capturing versus bubbling. By default, add event is listener listens during the bubbling phase, but you can switch to capturing by passing a third argument. So this one depends on you. So let's check here now. So let's go back and do this. Okay, I didn't reference. I'm supposed to define my element. I'm just going to do this. Let me copy. So I'll save this inside an element. So let's try it again now. We need to define our handler above. Okay. I think I'm going to make another one for this handler later. Let me just go on first, guys. So handler and the C class. Okay. going to make another one for them. So we have something called click outside demo. So we have so guys, we have something called click outside demo. So it's an interactive area. So when we click, we're waiting for other clicks. So we defined padding, font family, background. So H1, the color is dark. Then the interactive, we have a border of 2 pixels solid, padding 20 pixel, background color is white, and the width is 300 pixel, border radius, so curved border. Then the interactive button, we add a margin top padding, a font size, and a cursor. But we didn't add radius, so it's not going to be curved. Then the dot log. So that's, I think this is the information, which is the dot log, yes. So now let's look at the what's our document dot add event listener. So we're adding an event listener called click. So what does this click do now? We're adding its events. Target is event dot target. So if event target dot matches dot interactive, we should print that interactive element clicked, which is the target, and what's our target, whatever is written inside. Else, clicked outside interactive content. So the target will be what? I'm guessing this is the interactive. No, this is not what was indexed. Okay, let's just see what will happen if we run this. So can you see? Click me. Clicked outside interactive content. Clicked outside. Can you see when we clicked the interactive content now we're getting the log of the event. So this is what we got if we clicked inside the interactive. So this is the target element here that has been printed out for us. Can you see? So this is the click outside what? Demo. Now we also have the preventing event propagation, right? So to stop event from propagating through the DOM, bubbling or capture, we can use event dot stop pagination or event dot prevent default. So the prevent default is like anytime we load this thing actually automatically reload. So if we don't want it to reload, we use the event dot what prevent default or the pagination like they said. So you can try this outside. Now to also undo outside just like we did now. If you see it now, we did here. So outside the content and inside the content. So like that. So we have event delegation for dynamic elements. So if interactive elements are dynamically created, use event delegation. So let's see how to do that. Okay, arrow gone. Then we get confused here. Okay, this one is for this one. Okay, so now I get it. So guys, so let's see what we have here. We have choose a course. So we're selecting a course now. So we're telling it to get us the target.id and the current target.id. So let's see what we have here. Let's check this out now. Choose a course, physics. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm guessing it's because we didn't add it to the page. No, this is not for it. Yeah, I was right about it. Okay, I think I need to. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. This is for our code because it's not looking like what's going on here. So now this is attached to course select ID, so it won't give us that error again. So choose a course now. Selected course physics. So this is what we did. We said get element by ID, so dot add event change. So we're telling it to print event dot target dot value. So whatever is the target element, this is the target element, whatever I picked. So the element inside, which is physics, if I pick web development now, it will do what? Print web development. So can you see? So that's more like it. So this one is another one again you can try by yourself. So when working with interactive content, we should consider using stock pagination to isolate events, delegating events for dynamically created elements, managing click outside interactive elements for better UX. So these are the key event handlers. We have the key down, the key up, and the creep press. And this is depreciated, so they say we should use the key down. So since it's depreciated, I'll just clean this up, guys. So this example of let me just show this. So we'll go to form submission, right? So I have a text type of text ID search box type to search, and so now get a search box, we've gotten it. Then we're adding an event listener key down. So that means we press a key down, or if we click on it, it's going to tell us event or key or whatever we are searching for now. So let's check here now. So on key down, hey, can you see now? So this is what it's doing for us. So that's more like it. So now looking at form submission, what happens during form submission? Normally, when a user submits a form, the browser will load the page and the form data is sent to a server. But with JavaScript, you can prevent the reload page by using event.prevent default or the pagination. We can validate the input and we can set the data using fetch or Ajax, or we can update the page dynamically, right? So now let's have a contact form. So I have a contact form here. Now, let's style it up a bit. So we have a contact form, the body, the form is flex, column. When we have a gap and we have a maximum width of 300 pixel. Now the inputs, padding is 8 pixel font size, then the responsive message, which I'm guessing we are adding to it. Did we? Yeah, I knew it. We didn't copy this because I know we're supposed to be adding with context menu, the text menu. So this is meant to be here. So, right, we have this. So now let's go to our okay. So first we're getting the contact form with the ID contact form, right? So now we're now adding event listener and known as submit. That means you should know that there's a button here because it's not submit. So function event prevent default, that it will stop it from reloading. Then we're not getting the elements inside the form, which is the name and the email. So name is get by element ID name, get by element email dot value. So those value. Now we should not print console.log form submitted. We're not printing the name and email as an object. Now document.get element by ID. So it will now this is in this paragraph now, this P here, we're not adding that what? Thanks, your name will contact you at dash. So now let's check this out now. So we have a contact field. Let's say name is Bisola. So let me submit. Thanks, Bisola Align. They will contact you at. So this is the form that will be submitted to the Ajax. And this is what will be sent to the what? Server. So the server will now pick this email and send whatever confirmation mail they want to send to the person. I hope you understand this. It's easy and it's nice and it teaches you the basics of everything. So you have a project now. Two projects as a matter of fact. So first, you're going to build a nested interactive layout and use event listeners to observe the DOM event to get the target and the current target to respond to a mouse and a key down. Then you also have the student voice portal. So a semantic form having name, email, course, and the year. You should vote. Can you see? Then under form submission. So just like I did, most of everything you need I've taught you here. So please just work on this and then. So that will be all for today. And it is not too bulky and heavy and it is quite light. So you guys practice and everything will be good. So you have 2 more classes on JavaScript and 1 on JSON and finally on your GitHub. So see you guys next time. Bye.